It's time for the quarterfinals, including France versus England. This is the World Cup Predictor, our little series where as a community we compete against each other to see who has the best predictions for the World Cup. Pause the video right now if you need to get to know the rules. Let's get into this. Firstly, we're taking a look at our league table. These are the standings right now as a community competing against each other in this competition. We've got Stuyben up top with 58 points in total. He did have a bit of a stinker in the second round of 16, so he's catchable, guys. Don't worry about it. Jossel has got 51 points and Ben has 48, making up the top three. Loads of people down below, all of which are getting involved at different parts in the tournament, so thank you very much to everyone that's joined in. Big shout out to the 22 Zin, who got 10 points from 4 games this week. So he could potentially be one to look out for when we get back to Premier League Predictor in the future. Remember, that's a series we do every single week. What I want you guys to do right now is like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel just to show some support and make this series go as far as possible. Let's face it, if we get any more competitors, I'm not going to be able to fit them on the league table. The round of 16 threw up some surprises, with Morocco getting past Spain. Will the quarterfinals do the same? It's time to find out. We've got Croatia up against Brazil, Netherlands up against Argentina. We've got Morocco up against Portugal and England up against France. Remember, guys, you've got to get your predictions in the comments down below as I predict mine, and please watch the video all the way through. It helps me out a lot. So first up, Croatia against Brazil. I do not see Brazil getting stopped by Croatia. I personally think that Brazil have now put themselves as favourites to win this tournament after their recent displays. And Croatia, yeah, they got through the last round, but it wasn't convincing in my opinion. I think personally that Brazil are going to walk this game. I have gone for 3-1 to Brazil. I think that's a pretty safe bet. If anything, it might even turn out to be a clean sheet. I was watching a video today where a guy goes and interviews fans in Qatar and asks them which England player would get in your side. He found a Brazil fan and the Brazil fan went, no one. Our team is complete right now. It's working brilliantly. And that says a lot about the confidence within Brazil, and more notably the standard of their squad right now. Their squad depth is brilliant, and I think that this Brazil side is going to go all the way to the final. Just a reminder, guys, we are predicting up until the final whistle. We're not counting penalties in our predictions, so that is 3-1 either at the end of 90 minutes or at the end of 120. If you want to throw your penalty predictions in there as well, by all means do so. Might get some extra bragging rights, but you won't get any points. Both Netherlands and Argentina had what should have been pretty straightforward walkthroughs in the round of 16. That is absolutely no offence to the USA and Australia. I did think USA could surprise them, but it's maybe a World Cup too soon. Netherlands ran away 3-1 winners there. Argentina got a 2-1 win against Australia, which was by no means convincing in my opinion. So where do I see these two guys sitting at the end of this fixture? Well, you've got the Netherlands, who have surprised in some cases, if I'm honest with you. I didn't think they had the squad to get not as far as they have, but as convincingly this far as they have done. I thought it'd be a bit more of a struggle for them, but they've done very well indeed. Argentina, I thought, would be flying by this point in the competition, and they are getting dragged along by a certain Lionel Messi. If it wasn't for him in that squad, I don't know where the goals come from in Argentina personally. Maybe a Martinez. I just don't think that they've got what it takes to provide goals without Lionel Messi. How long can Messi go dragging this team through this tournament? I don't know. What I have put here, however, is a draw. I've gone for 2-2. I think that this will end at the end of 120 minutes. Draw, then go to penalties. It will then be very much up to the gods whether Argentina get through or not. You can practice penalties as much as you like. Enrique, manager of Spain, said they practiced over 1,000 penalties before this World Cup. It did diddly squat, mate. You didn't score a single one in the knockout. So you can practice penalties as much as you like. It is a different kettle of fish when you're under that pressure in a knockout tournament, especially the biggest tournament in world football. The pressure can get to any player, is what I'm saying. And Will it get to Argentina? Will it get to Netherlands? I don't know, but I think it is going to go the full distance. I personally think these two sides are pretty evenly matched this year. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting to see what you guys predict for that game. I think a lot of people are caught up in Messi fever and will likely go for a Messi walkthrough again. Surprise of the tournament is Morocco. They have been doing absolute bits in this World Cup, and I've never been happier to see a team that I have no relation to knock out someone in a World Cup like I did Morocco against Spain. Watching that penalty shootout, I was constantly on the edge of my seat, constantly hoping that Spain would miss a penalty, and Spain was so bad. Like, there was a tweet put out that Simon Minter from the Sidemen is a better penalty taker than some of the people at this World Cup. If you're watching that penalty shootout with that Spain side, I agree. Because what is with this nonchalant kind of strutting up to the ball and passing it into the net? It doesn't work, and that was evident within that penalty shootout. So we're moving into this game now. Morocco have done incredibly well to get as far as they have done. Do I see them beating Portugal? I think that Portugal are now coming off a very good result in the last round, obviously, with bags of goals, especially without Cristiano Ronaldo on the pitch. Do I think they'll do the same against Morocco? No. I think Morocco are a bigger opponent than Portugal had in the round of 16, and I think that Morocco are better organised as well. And I think that they will put up a bit of a brick wall that Portugal are going to have to try and break down. I anticipate Ronaldo doesn't start. I anticipate that what was the player's name? I can't even remember the guy's name. The young lad who managed to get a hat-trick. Can't remember his name. That's pretty bad, really, isn't it? Ramos, I believe his name was. He's come in, scored a hat-trick. He starts next game. There's no question about it. If they put Ronaldo in, then I don't know what's wrong with them. But will Ronaldo come on and make an impact late on? Potentially. I have gone for 2-1 to Portugal. I don't know whether that'll be in 90 minutes or whether that'll be in extra time. I do see Portugal getting the win. And I think a super sub of Cristiano Ronaldo could be the difference in this game. It could equally sway the other way. Morocco have been incredible. They could carry on this amazing journey and go even further in this World Cup. However, I think Portugal have got enough to see it through. They've played amazingly in the last fixture, and I can see that giving them some real confidence going into the quarterfinals. Senegal and Poland, in my opinion, are pretty even sides when you look at this World Cup. France came up against Poland 1-3-1. England came up against Senegal 1-3-0. That puts England and France pretty equal going into this fixture. Do I see this going France's way or England's? I do not know, if I'm honest with you. I could either go with my head here and be like, look, they're very evenly matched teams. Maybe it's a draw, maybe it's a win to France, maybe it's a win to England. Or I could go with my heart and go, England are going all the way. It's a hard prediction to make. I think that this England squad, depending on which side is put out, will make a massive difference. And depending on how players perform, will be huge as well. Let's say Kyle Walker starts right back. He is up against a young man called Kylian Mbappe. If Kyle Walker closes down Mbappe and gives him no room to breathe, we could win this game. If Kyle Walker has an off day, has a bad game, France walk this. That is the difference. Kylian Mbappe is key to France. Without him, they do still have a side, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it ticks over as well as it does when Mbappe gets on the ball. So it's going to be very key for certain players in that England setup to make sure they look after Kylian Mbappe and cut out that threat. At the other end of the pitch, going forward, you've got the likes of Phil Foden, Marcus Rashford, not Raheem Sterling now, he's unfortunately gone home, hope he's doing okay. Harry Kane, of course, getting on the end of things. Saka in there as well, going for top goal scorer at the moment. You've got a lot of players going forward for England that French defence could potentially struggle with. As much as I like Varane as a United fan, he does have games where he underperforms, in my opinion. If he has an underperforming game against the likes of Harry Kane, Saka, Rashford, Grealish, Foden, Jude Bellingham coming through as well, Jordan Henderson popping up in the goals, there's a high chance that France lose. If their defence aren't on it, France lose. Because our England side, with the attacking prospects we have, are really quite dangerous to any team in this tournament, let alone whether they're on their game or not. So, with that being said, I've waffled enough. The prediction I am going with is looking at what I want. I don't know whether this is 90 minutes. I don't know whether this is an extra time. It's not going to go to penalties. I've decided I don't want to sit through that. I don't think my heart could handle sitting through penalties right now. So I have gone for 2-1 to England. I'm going out there. I'm putting it out there that's I've gone with my heart. That is what I want to happen. I want to see, Mbappe still gets his goal. Everyone thinks he's going to get golden boot. Rashford comes on and just scores 2. That's what I want to see. Jude Bellingham as well in that centre midfield could be the difference in this match. He's had an incredible World Cup so far. If he continues the form he's on, I don't think that France midfield can deal with him. I don't think Rabiot has got what it takes, even though Rabiot's been pretty good this World Cup, to be fair to you. I don't think he's got what it takes to deal with Bellingham. So I've gone 2-1. I've gone with my heart. My head has tried to convince that my heart is correct. And we'll see what happens. It's going to be the worst Saturday night for a long time, I'll tell you that. So here's a roundup of my quarterfinals Matt Ayres predictions for the World Cup in Qatar 2022. We've got Brazil to win 3-1 up against Croatia. We've got the Dutch and the Argentinians to draw 2-2. That one's going to penalties. Not sure which way it'll go, if I'm honest with you. We've got Portugal to beat Morocco 2-1. It'll be a very sad game to watch there. And England to win 2-1 against France. I've gone with my heart, not really my head. Remember, guys, if you want to get yourself up on the leaderboard, all you've got to do is put your predictions in the comments down below. Let me know how you think those 4 games are going to go. Do me a favour, put them in order in your predictions. It makes it much easier for me to track. You've got to remember, all your predictions come in. I've then got to go through all of them to work out how many points you guys have got. I sit there for quite a long time doing the maths, so if you can make it as easy for me as possible, it'd be much appreciated. Hit a like on this video as well. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Can England do it? Can they do it though? I genuinely think they can.